guys, welcome back to Lovin Dubai Show. It is Tuesday morning and what a show we had for you. We talk about Dubai making life even better. The swimwear designer who's she's facing backlash, and also Abdu Rozik. He is the Tajikistani singer and he is hitting back at Bullies for basically back-talking him for being small and choosing to get married.
This is an episode you would not want to miss. Just trust me. And so if you are not subscribed to the Lovin Dubai Show podcast, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from. And don't forget, as I always tell you, to enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today: Dubai has just announced a strategy to make your life even better.
Designer Hadia Ghaleb faces severe feedback regarding the price of her swimwear.
We're also talking about the singer who you know and love, singer Abdu Rozik. He's had to come out and hit back at Bullies because after he announced his wedding, they had horrible things to say, and we really support his stance on this.
I agree with Casey. And as well, towards at the end of the show, we have Bad Friends are coming to Abu Dhabi.
Yes, I love their podcast. And also, we're super excited to sit down with an expert dermatologist who's going to reveal the truth about psoriasis and everything you need to know. So if you have any questions about skin conditions, drop them in now.
It's 221 days since the genocide began on October 7 in Gaza. The current death toll stands at 35,173 and the number of injured people is 79,061 and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
Today's weather, it's hot and sunny with highs of 38 degrees expected in Dubai today. It's toasty. The cars are heating up. It's getting hot. But before we jump into how Dubai is going to make your life even better, Farah with the TikToks.
I'm looking for a man in finance. 6'5", trust fund, Levi's.
Levi's?
I don't know. I'm looking for a man in finance. 6'5", blue eyes, not Levi's. 6'5", blue eyes.
Is this just a personal announcement that you're letting people know? Or?
I don't know. I'm actually looking for a man in finance and 6'5", blue eyes.
See, I knew the reason she wanted to talk about this TikTok was a personal announcement. So if you're watching the show, but actually, it's a trend that's going viral.
It is,
and
yes.
people are reacting to it in a very specific way.
That is true.
Because although I think the beautiful thing about TikTok is although it's a trend, it actually is a subset of society that's actually quite smart that we're going to talk about. So there are women who have this this checklist of what they want in men. But from what you told me, the men are pushing back.
That is true. So it's all over TikTok, of course. I'm not saying that I want a man in finance. Maybe I do, but I don't know. But of course, it's a girl that was she's on TikTok. She made the song, and of course, the DJ came in and just put some beats on it, and it became all over TikTok. So now everyone is singing it. All of the girls are singing it. All of the girls are doing it. However, now men in finance have spoken up, and they actually made a video, I couldn't find that, where they were saying that we do not want girls who are actually looking for men in finance. They would want a girl who's, I would say, maybe secure in her own energy.
Making her own finance.
Yeah, of course, because they would not want someone who is looking for them. They want someone who is in their own lane, doing their own thing. That kind of way.
I think we should preface it and be not all girls are looking for these these specific criteria. Because you said it's man in finance, 6'5",
blue eyes. And they have a lot, actually high standards, and that, by the way, brings
that is a ridiculous standard. And anyone who has that type of materialistic sense of a person, for sure, the men, of course, that's because you only want them for their height and their eye color. Could you imagine if someone only wanted you for your height and your eye color? How long is that relationship going to last? Because eye color gets boring after 5 years.
True.
Eye color does not a long marriage make, I would say.
I agree 100%. But girls and women, girls, I'm not going to say women, because women are mature. So girls, this generation, they have a lot of high standards, and they even have check boxes. So when they meet a guy, they go okay, fine, he checks this box, he checks this box, but he does not check this box. And often the boxes that they are, putting men in our materialistic boxes, not even like real boxes. You know, if he's kind and he's like not tall, not 6'5", they're gonna be like, oh, I don't know about the guy.
Interesting about the checkbox. I think it's fine to have them, but what does it say about you? So let's do a quick whip around of everyone in the office. What is your one checkbox that's important to you? One.
What?
Okay.
What?
Hisham, that is so materialistic. He said nails.
Yeah.
He
Because
said
men
nails.
associate nails with hygiene.
He just said it. He said, I'm not even going to repeat that.
But because nails are they can
What about
show.
trust? What about family values?
Yeah, you make sense.
What about like even sense of humor?
25.
What's yours?
Mine, actually, I do have a list in my head. He needs to be very successful. Oh, successful. He needs to be successful. Because it shows if he can commit to his job, he can commit to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, and plus I love the fact that if my guy has his own thing that he needs to do and my own thing that I need to do, I don't know.
I agree with that. I think like a strong work ethic is so important, especially if you have one yourself, which you do.
Exactly.
It's got to match. You've got to be matching.
100%.
So we'll throw out the working in finance for successful in their own shoes.
Well, I would repeat again. I'm looking for a man in finance.
Anything else? Levi's. Okay, well, let's jump into if we don't find those partners. Our life is still going to be better because Dubai is always making moves. And if you're looking for an even better quality of life, you're in the right place. So Dubai has just announced the Dubai Quality of Life Strategy 2033. It's got 10 key pillars targeting individuals, the community and the city with the aim of making the well-being of individuals the ultimate objective.
Which is honestly exciting. So His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai, said our objective is to establish Dubai as one of the world's best cities in terms of well-being, offer every resident a healthy, active and enjoyable lifestyle, build a society that takes pride in its identity and cultural diversity, and offer the highest quality of leisure and entertainment.
I love that the city is always thinking about its people, putting our quality of your life first, and this strategy, which is going to be implemented now in phases until 2033, includes 100 projects, and the strategy aims to increase the length of beaches, increase the length of cycling tracks by 300%, extend the length of night swimming beaches by 60%, and also designated new beaches just for women, which I think is amazing.
Wow.
And their innovative mobility solutions will be developed to position Dubai among the world's top 10 cities to ease mobility.
The list goes on, but Dubai aims to create 1,000 annual sports, community, cultural, artistic and entertainment events as part of the strategy. Areas allocated to entertainment, tourism and hotels in the Emirates are set to be increased by 134% by 2040. This means as a whole we will have more cycling tracks, more beaches, more park spaces and a better quality of life.
Ding, 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 more beaches.
I mean, honestly, I already love Dubai. So I just cannot imagine the fact that it's going to get better and better. Like, I want to stay young forever and just witness it.
You are. I'm telling you, when you get to my age, 30 is the new 20, 40 is the new 30.
That's true.
And I love how the city is always strategizing, and it's not just about like building the next big skyscraper, because what actually matters to you as a person is like park space, cycling tracks, beaches, because these are all, I guess, like the free things that we can enjoy.
That is true. And the fact that they're even thinking of the residents, you know, as like, you know, the whole community and the whole, I would say, country, you know, and then the people that live in it, they're like, that's just like very, I would say, smart, because number one, there will be increasing tourism. And when they're going to be increasing tourism, everything's going to get better. And there are going to be a lot of more beaches and a lot of more free stuff. So to everyone who goes like, Dubai is expensive, you guys, there are going to be more free beaches around.
More beaches, hopefully less traffic. That's what we hope for. Let's jump into a next story.
Yes.
entirely frustrating story that came out of something good.
100%. So Abdu Rozik hits back at Bullies. Abdu Rozik had shared the good news of his marriage on social media when he received hurtful comments just because he was small. He said in a video posted on his Instagram page, "Please don't be nasty on social media. It will affect them mentally."
So in the Instagram caption, he basically shared what happened, and I'd love if people would actually take a moment to understand why he has come out and said this. He's basically said that you're bullying me and making comments because why I'm small, like, do I not deserve happiness? He said he's getting married. He asked his new wife's family if they could post one image. So they posted that along with the happy announcement. They got so much negative comments, and he's like, my wife's family is seeing all of this, and he's like, why can't I have the same happiness as everyone else? Why do I not deserve that happiness?
That is true, because sadly, like when you are so exposed on social media, a lot of people will feel like they're entitled to your life and to your choices and to how we live it as a whole. So because he's small, people are thinking like, oh yeah, no, they put him in a box as if he cannot do things that bigger people can do, which is very sad and hurtful, because they do seem in love and they do seem happy, and he looks very happy, like you can see that from his eyes. And when you're making such comments, people are not aware that they are actually hurting not one but a lot of people.
And it's so true, because it's so easy to sit at your keyboard today and type something nasty.
That's
keyboard
true.
warriors. And like, even when I look at the comments now, I'm not going to read them out because Lovin Dubai comments tend to just bring all sorts of people to the conversation. But like, it's like, what do you get from putting a supposedly funny comment on a post?
That's true.
When he's even said like, her family's reading this, like, this is meant to be a happy time for us. Like, he's a 20-year-old man. We've had him on the show twice. And the one thing we'll say is he has overcome more challenges than we will ever be able to contemplate. He was begging on the streets at the age of 8 in Tajikistan, and he has managed to get him and his family and his friends to Dubai. He goes around, he performs internationally, he does boxing, he's a singer, and he is made to carve that life out of himself against all of the odds. So the people who are like hating on him, just take a step back before you put the nasty comments and take a moment.
It's very easy to be hiding behind the keyboard and write your very unnecessary entitled opinions, right? And it's very sad because like he has mentioned as well, like how he had to struggle a lot, because I can imagine, because he's small, how he must have lived like, oh, like, why am I different? Why am I not like other people? What's wrong with me? And then he had to like break through. So the breakthrough that he had to go through himself must have taken him a lot of time. And people like are constantly reminding him of that because he got married to someone who is taller and bigger. That's just like not very cool.
Well, I think he's showing us that you can do so much in the face of adversity. But this brings us to our next story, because people, speaking of people having a judgment of people online.
So, designer Hadia Ghaleb faces severe feedback regarding the price of her swimwear. Dubai-based Egyptian influencer and designer Hadia Ghaleb unveiled her highly anticipated 2024 swimsuit collection. However, the brand has received mixed feedback, with some expressing reservations about the pricing of the swimsuits. Okay,
so these are the swimsuits, they're burkinis. The price of the full set swimsuit is approximately 999 dirham. So she's Dubai based, but she's from Egypt. So in Egyptian pounds, it's 14,970. Many people don't take kindly to the price, particularly shoppers in Egypt.
Now, on the other side, some people believe that the swimwear is reasonably priced considering the quality of the product.
Yeah, so we're seeing the back and forth of this. A netizen in particular has highlighted that the swimwear is being manufactured in Dubai and the price in dollars has not changed. The price in Egyptian pounds, however, has fluctuated due to the devaluation of the currency, which makes it more expensive there.
Now here comes the controversy. So comments under Hadia's post have been limited, and of course we've reached out to her for a comment, but we haven't gotten a comment yet, which we would hope so. But what do you think?
So this really frustrates me, because I know the popular opinion is that they're overpriced. However, if you remove the price of the swimsuit, which I know is the key topic, we constantly say we don't want to pay for international brands anymore. So why do we pull down an entrepreneur? Like, we use influencer like it's a bad thing, but this is a woman. She's probably gone against the odds as well to start her own swimsuit, and she puts her life on a platform, and then she creates a product to eventually probably become less of an influencer, right? Like, we look at influencing like it's glamorous, but actually you're sharing your life 24/7. And the reality is, like, they're smart people, they're intelligent, they're business people, and she's looking at a way to make extra income without having to share her life 24/7, I imagine. So why do we pull people down? Why can we just hold back our judgment? If we don't want to pay for it, we don't pay for it, and why not allow it to become a mid-range luxury brand? Like Chanel swimsuits, how much are they costing? Like
a lot.
5,000 dirham.
Yeah, for sure.
This isn't luxury. This is like high range for sure, but it's not in the luxury bracket. So why are we pulling someone down?
So this is where I disagree with you. Because, you know, she's an influencer. So she didn't start with her swimwear line. A lot of people were like influenced by her. They really liked her. She had, like, outside a great influence for sure. And if I am following an influencer and I feel like, oh my God, I relate to this influencer. She is giving me the content that I can, you know, talk about, that I can relate to. And then she comes up with this line that I would really want to buy things from that are that pricey. I would be like, why would she or he do that? So I do understand your points, but she started as an influencer. So it's like, what are you trying to do? Like, I don't know, change your, I don't know, like from an influencer to a businesswoman?
But they are businesswomen because their role is to create a business out of what they're doing, and they sometimes quit their jobs. I get what you're saying as well. 100% I do. And there's been stories of influencers in the States, and they're charging like 300 dirham for a duffel bag, and you question it. But at the same time, why do we regularly pull down influencers? They're women in business. And I think we should be more supportive of people in general. And like, if you have a judgment, like, let her do her, and if it fails, that's on her. But allow it to happen. Like, why do we get to judge a price that someone's choosing if it's not gonna, like, just don't buy it? And like, but don't pull someone down. And if it was a male, like, it's constantly women influencers that we're pulling down. It is constantly. Even but why don't we support them? No,
we do support them. The thing is, I do, like, for sure, I do
until we ask them to, until we're asked to pay for something.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's exactly, to me, how I would, like, you know, compare it to, I would compare it to, like, if, let's say, an influencer, who has a lot of followers, and she goes off on TikTok and starts asking for gifts. It's like, really, do you want me to watch your content, or do you want me to get your gift?
Oh, that's wild.
Exactly, because like that happened to a Syrian actress. You know, like, you're an actress. Why are you on TikTok asking for major gifts? You know, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. So that's what, it's like, people are like, I am following you for you, and I would want to get your products, but I cannot afford it. So I feel like, I don't know, to me, I would feel betrayed.
You know, in summary, like, your fans make you, and your fans can break you. And if you respect your audience, you might want to get something at a price point.
I agree.
I concede. Jumping into our next story, we are super excited about what is coming next to Abu Dhabi. Bad Friends are coming. So if you love podcasts, you'll no doubt know all about this comedy duo. We are buzzing to announce they're bringing their live show to Abu Dhabi. And a big shout out to Theory 11 Entertainment for bringing a night of comedic genius with the Bad Friends live show.
So Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee will take over the stage at Etihad Arena, Yas Island, with just 1 week left to snag your ticket, you guys. So don't forget, it's time to seize the chance to witness their chemistry and outrageous humors up close.
Expect behind-the-scene tales, interactive segments, special guests, and a lot of laughter for an unforgettable experience. It's all part of Abu Dhabi Comedy Week, by the way, which is ongoing, where legends and rising stars collide. May 21st, 2024. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now. I love a comedy show. There's some big Irish names going down to Abu Dhabi Comedy Week. Joanne McNally, Tommy Tiernan. And then I didn't actually realize what a big event, like the big names that they're getting in. Like, these guys are huge in the States.
Really? Who is your favorite comedian?
It's funny actually because coming to Abu Dhabi Comedy Week, two people I've seen perform live, and that's why I mentioned the Irish element. John McNally, I listened to her podcasts. I saw her in Dubai not too long ago, and she's coming down to Abu Dhabi Comedy Week. I love her. And also Tommy Tiernan, he was OG when I was growing up. He's great, and I can't believe he's doing a live show in Abu Dhabi. I actually can't believe it. I think it's amazing.
Do you think that you can hold a comedy podcast with your best friend? Because, like, you know, like when you are with your best friends, you're often like, I don't know, you get out of your comfort zone or out of your bubble, and you become like, I don't know, hilarious.
Yeah, but you just wonder if other people would find it funny.
Yeah, my friends and I used to all the time go like, we should have our own show, like the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but keeping up with Farah and my friend.
Judging from your stories about needing permission to edit before posting, I get that. I would watch it.
Sure.
8:54, which means it's time for our next guest. We're discussing all things psoriasis and everything you need to know. Do stay tuned. She'll be with us after this short break. Well, back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Mona Al-Morari, a consultant dermatologist and the head of Emirates Dermatology Society in the UAE. She is here to clarify all the details around psoriasis and debunk any misconceptions about the skin disease. It's all thanks to Novartis. Thank you so much for being here. We're truly excited to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's my pleasure actually to be in this show, which is really, it's lovely and it's have a great impact actually. And the number of attendees, I was impressed about it. Coming to our psoriasis, yes.
Amazing.
Psoriasis, yeah. It's a disease which is, we have a lot of patients actually who come to our clinic on daily basis on psoriasis. So for the public, we have to just to give some education about the psoriasis. What is psoriasis?
Exactly. I think that's like the first key question that we would ask.
Yeah.
It's a chronic inflammatory skin disease actually, which is among the other diseases which we, as a consultant, as a dermatologist, we are seeing in our daily life. Such a disease of a skin disease. It's a chronic inflammatory disease which is coming and going, where the patients have erythema, plaque of erythema with scales, silvery scales. So usually they are saying this like a fish scales, silvery scales on top of erythematous patches. And it comes in different ages, starting from young age, children, youngest. I have seen 2 years of old patients, they have psoriasis also, until even late of age, 70, 60 they have. But majority of these patients is in adult, usually. But there is no really, the gender-wise, they are similar. So we are not saying that's female or male. So both of them, it happens. So it's not specific for the male disease or female. So equal in distribution among these patients.
Interesting.
And it affects different parts of the body.
That's true. But like, what causes psoriasis? Because like we do see, you know, Kim Kardashian has it. It's kind of common, but not very spoken about. So what causes it?
Yeah, one of it is like a genetic. The majority of it, genetic, 60%. It's a patient with psoriasis. It's have a genetic background, so they may have it in their genes. And then any predisposing factor, any risk factor, they might aggravate the disease itself. It's like for smoking, obviously. You may have it in your genes in the beginning of your life, but something triggered this disease, and that's why it's in adult age.
It's so interesting about how...
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's really, we have to know it, but sometimes it was misdiagnosed. Not every patient's diagnosed as psoriasis in a perfect way, but it comes when it becomes severe. Now, this is the psoriasis.
Easier.
Early, maybe it diagnosed as dermatitis. When it comes in the scalp, it will be scales, a lot of scales or erythema on the scalp. Later on, now no, something else. It's psoriasis now. When it doesn't respond to any therapy, traditional therapy, or there's anti-dandruff shampoos, a lot of anti-dandruff, they will give anti-dandruff. But later on, we have to treat these patients because psoriasis is not a skin disease only. It's a systemic disease. It may affect other parts of the body. Some of the patients, they may have psoriatic arthritis. So that means it is not only skin. It is systemic.
Interesting. But you mentioned dermatitis there. Are these types of psoriasis, or are they different conditions entirely?
It is type of the psoriasis. What comes like under the plaque psoriasis, it may fix on the scalp. Some of them, they have only scalp psoriasis. Some of them, they have scalp and the nail psoriasis, which goes together. Most of our patients, they have scalp and nail psoriasis with the pitting, like the nails, it's not straight. You'll find like a pitting is coming down. And some hyperkeratosis, subangular hyperkeratosis also you might find in these patients. And on the skin also involvement, the plaque, erythematous, on top of it scales, it comes on it. There is some specific area where it hits the psoriasis, and the elbows and knees. These were usually you ask them, do you have it in elbows and knees? Yes. Oh, I thought it's only dryness. Psoriasis. So these patients need to be seen by a dermatologist actually. Sometimes will be seen by the general practitioner. They are not aware about it as a disease sometimes, and they said, no, it is dryness, it's atopic dermatitis. Sometimes it may help the treatment of atopic dermatitis, but in a state that it's so severe that no, we have to treat them perfectly, because a lot of treatment nowadays is available for psoriasis. I think psoriasis, it needs not a chemo, and I think it's more than half an hour or 1 hour in psoriasis.
But before we get into treatments, I'd like to be quite honest in that the first time I was introduced to psoriasis was when I heard about Kim Kardashian having it.
Yeah.
But how common is it, and what age groups is it most common?
Yeah, as I said, it's more common in adults age group, 30 to 39, 40s, and also in elderly. It happens, but it's most common in adult groups. It's around the percentage, it's reach actually 11.6%. So which is not small percentage.
It's not small, wow,
no,
interesting.
Reach 11%. But it varies actually from area to area. As we said, it's a genetic background. When it comes to genetic, that means it's higher in the group of people.
True.
So it may vary, but there's a range of it from 1.6 to 11 point something. So but in the youngest age group, it's less. It reaches up to 1.6 or 1.4.
So you've mentioned that a lot of people do get misdiagnosed.
Yeah.
What is the diagnosis process to psoriasis?
As a dermatologist, usually these patients, comes in erythematous patch. As I mentioned, there's 4 types actually of psoriasis. Psoriasis is not only one, but there's a common one, which is the plaque type of psoriasis when it comes in erythema, and on top of it, silvery lesions on the scalp or on the body. These scales, when it comes and they peel it out, the patient, there's a bleeding comes out. So this is auspicious signs, we call it. So it's very critical, very clear for even the physician when they say, when I peel, I feel like a blood is coming. So this is psoriasis. It's one of it. The other things, it comes in pustules, other type of psoriasis. We call it pustular psoriasis, in pustules, especially in hands and feet, palmoplantar pustulosis, and also in the body. It may happen. Erythrodermic type also. There's one type of erythrodermic. In the children, there's another type we call guttate psoriasis, which is very small, less than 1 centimeter it comes, which is associated. Why it's in a pediatric? Because it's sometimes associated with streptococcal infection. Yes.
There's so much to kind of uncover.
A lot of things. But we have to know all these in general, that the types differ. And which one is the most common? It's the plaque psoriasis, which we will see it in most of the patients. But there is some other type of psoriasis. Some of the patients, they come only with the nail psoriasis. Nail psoriasis. Sometimes missed. They said, no, it's a fungal infection. They will keep giving them antifungal system for months and months and months.
Oh,
but doesn't respond. Does not respond. If we dig, we see it. So what is the psoriasis? And the life, because if you have it in the nail, sometimes it's really the quality of life of the patients will be affected in the nails, especially in the customer service area.
Yeah.
Or are using the nails, female patients' nail. So having a treatment for such a group, because topical will not help for the nail. They need a systemic therapy in these cases.
So let's jump into treatments and what is the length duration of treatment? Is this chronic? How can you help someone who comes in?
Yeah. It depends actually on the treatment. We are saying about the treatment, it depends on the stage or the severity of the case. Because not all the patients, they need systemic therapy. There's stage of the disease, severity of the disease, from the mild, moderate to severe. When it comes in mild, that means the less surface area, less than 5% of the body. Mm-hmm. So these patients, we may start on the topical therapy, this specific topical therapy for psoriasis patients, which is steroid topical with vitamin D analog. So there is in a market available with the physician, they know it, they can prescribe it for the patient. And it comes in different ways, in the gel, foam, and cream or ointment. Mm-hmm. Gel for the scalp, because we don't want it to be messy. So they have to apply it and easy to be removed. The ointment for the body. So this is the start to treat these patients. If they respond, most of the time they respond very well, if they adhere to the therapy. Mm-hmm. But because, having the topical therapy for the patient, sometimes they say, I'm fed up from the topical every day. They have to apply it every day. And we face it with our patient. The male patient, with all the respect, they want it fast to go like this. But they have to know that psoriasis, it's a matter of adherent to the therapy to have the excellent response and clearance of the disease. Sometimes they don't respond to topical and the spreading the disease. So it's more than 5%, 5 to 10%, or even 10%, more than 10%. So these patients to move forward to the systemic therapy. Nowadays, if we're talking about today, the therapy is available, the biologic. Mm-hmm. It comes to and we have it in Dubai and UAE, we have it. This is the advanced therapy of the biologic. But don't tell me which biologic. We have a lot. Mm-hmm. We have a lot in the therapy of the biologic, from TNF blocker to IL-17 to IL-23.
Okay.
And yes, this is more advanced therapy, and thanks we are living in UAE, and I think in the other country, although they have it also available. Mm-hmm. But which patient should choose which therapy? It depends on the stage of the patients, the type of the patients having, and it's according to the physician, dermatologist. You have to meet the dermatologist and decide which medication suits them.
So often when you go to a doctor and he or she prescribes you a medication, they go like, fine, but to elevate the effect of the medicine, you need to change some certain lifestyle habits. Are there some lifestyle habits that you would recommend patients to change?
Yes. Some, as we said, there is a trigger factor for psoriasis. Smoking, one of them. I know it's difficult to stop smoking. I will, as a physician, to tell the patient, oh, stop it. So it's second, it's difficult. So we have to work on it. How to stop it, and to tell them that therapy alone, it will not help. You have to stop your smoking. Trying one by one, because they cannot. So one day they come, yes, we know that. And we have a lot of patients now, smoker also. So this is one factor. Other one, the obesity.
Interesting.
Yes. So the obesity play a role in psoriasis. We are trying our best to tell them, please try to reduce your weight. This is one very important. To stop drinking alcohol also. This is also another part which is also aggravating psoriasis. Psoriasis is not a skin disease only. It's systemic, because it's play a role with other diseases also. It's like patient with diabetic, hypertension, as I said, psoriatic arthritis also. So it's a multiple inflammatory systemic disease.
It's so interesting how it's in genetics, but yet it's triggered by our lifestyle choices. And what we learned when researching for this interview is that there's a lot of misconceptions and myths potentially that we hope you can debunk what we're going to do is we're going to play a quick game. It's very short, it's very snappy. We'll mention with the buzzer, we'll mention a myth, and if it's inaccurate, you'll buzz, but if it's true, you'll tell us about it.
Yes.
Okay. So if it's wrong, you just go.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
All right. So psoriasis only affects kids.
It's working.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's good for somebody else.
Yeah.
Saying who listen to our talk and answer these questions, but let us do it.
That's
I mean, maybe we could do us, but we know the answers.
Yeah.
Well, some will be trickier. So psoriasis is incurable.
It's incurable. No, it's curable, but is manageable also.
Okay.
But doesn't reach to the level that it's not to come back, but we have the patient to stay on the therapy. We're giving them the hope that they can enter to remission. We can say that some of the patient, it goes in remission even in the therapy and stay on remission. So in a stage, we cannot say incurable, that it's a manageable also.
Interesting. Yes.
So it have two answers here.
two answers, yes.
Yeah, we cannot say, because I put it wrong, but we have to explain it. Why it's incurable. That means we cannot. It's not like infection that we give antibiotic and treat in the second day. We can't stop that. So it's incurable in this way. But psoriasis, we can say it's a manageable. We give the patients hope that this can be manageable, can be cleared completely while they are on the therapy. Curable on therapy.
Yes.
They have to clear to our patients.
So speaking, you said that it can go into remission, which means that it can be managed. Of course, now I am aware of the fact that often chronic illnesses can get into remission. So would you say that psoriasis is chronic?
Yes, it is chronic. Is it a question?
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. It's clear now. It's a chronic disease. It's a chronic. That means this patient, the chronicity of it comes in it's more than 2 months. Say that, or 2 years, that will be chronic. But it goes and comes, and it may enter in remission. So clearance of the disease while they are in therapy. They should not stop the therapy.
Psoriasis is contagious.
Wrong. It's not contagious. That's why all the patients, especially the kids in the school, we receive that. We have to write a report for these patients that,
It's not contagious.
Yeah, it's not contagious.
Well, psoriasis can affect the quality of life.
Yes, it's affecting a great quality of life of the patient. As I said, students in the class, if they have plaques coming on their shoulders or the jackets, the other kids, they start to bullying them. Yes, this is one. When it affects the nails, when it affects the scalp, the body exposed area also. When it comes to the trunk, there almost quality of life is affected, when especially in the exposed area of the psoriasis will affect.
I think we only scratched the surface today in terms of how much more there is to be discussed. But if people would like to reach out to you to ask their questions, how can they find you?
I'm president of Dermatologist Society. We have our websites. We're happy to and we have our Instagram also as Dermatologist Society. So they can just send us a question there and can reach us. I am working also on my center, Dr. Mona Al-Marawi Medical Center in Abu Dhabi also. And I will leave my cards with you, so the people, they can, I think they can come and ask you, and then you can guide them to my clinic.
Exactly. So a big thank you to Novartis Ghaleb for connecting us today, and a big thank you to you, Doctor, for joining us. Thank you, Farah. That brings us to the end of our show. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.